15-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Cunningham, the pull-up.
To get an idea of just how highly regarded Cade Cunningham is in NBA front offices, consider this. The top 5 in this year's draft class is loaded. That's a consensus. Everyone agrees. Jalen Suggs, Evan Mobley, Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga, these are all studs. They all have the making of being a perennial all-star with the potential to be a franchise-changing talent one day down the road. And despite that, the 2021 NBA draft is, and always has been, the Cade Cunningham draft. Standing 6'7" and 220 pounds with broad shoulders, huge hands, and a 7'2" wingspan, Cade has the physical profile of the ideal 3-and-D wing. And he plays the point. There's a reason why he's already drawing some comparisons to LUKA Doncic, which, frankly, is a little bit insane. When LUKA was 19, he averaged 21.2 points, 7.8 boards, and 6 assists for the Mavericks. When Cade was 19, he lost to Oregon State in the second round of the NCAA tournament. There's levels to this, and LUKA has already reached the level of incomparable. Just don't do it. That said, there are some things that both players have in common, most notably the fact that they lack the physical tools that would make them what I like to call a layup line scout. Cade isn't going to be throwing down East Bays like Zion. He's not hitting 6 straight 30-footers in warm-ups. His strengths are subtle, but the clearest way to understand his dominance is to look at the teams that he alphaed. As a senior at Montverde Academy, he was the lead guard and clear go-to guy on a team that included Scotty Barnes, Moses Moody, Day'Ron Sharpe, Caleb Houston. He was the best player at the U19 World Championships in a year where Tyrese Halliburton, Evan Mobley, Jalen Green were all on the same roster. He was the MVP of the EYBL his junior summer. When he shared the court with the best players his age and older, he's clearly been the best, and he's won. That's relevant, as is this. The best players in the NBA right now are the guys that are insanely skilled, high IQ players that can create and make threes off the dribble, execute all of the reads out of a pick and roll, and have the intestinal fortitude to thrive in the biggest moments. Think Luka, think Steph, think Dame, think James Harden. Cade, he checks a lot of those boxes. We'll start with the passing. This is, I would argue, the thing that Cade does the best. He is an exceptional passer, and it starts with his understanding of the game. Despite being just 19 years old, Cade already understands what defenses are trying to do and how they are going to be guarding ball screens. He can read and anticipate what help defenders are doing. He knows how to use his eyes to manipulate a defense, and he's patient enough to be able to string out a play to allow his teammates to come open. It's clear that he has been well coached and well-trained throughout his youth. And the fact that he really only started to play the point full-time just 3 years ago should be a sign that there is still room for him to grow into that position. Now, none of that basketball IQ would matter if Cade couldn't actually make the passes that he needs to be able to make. But, spoiler alert, he can. Cade is from Texas, so you may be shocked to hear this, but he grew up playing football. You may be shocked to hear this as well. He was a quarterback, which explains some of his ability to read defenses. It also helps explain the pinpoint accuracy he has on some of the more difficult passes that he throws. The key to being able to keep a defense honest against ball screens is the ability to hit the weak side shooter with a pass off a live dribble. The best pick and roll guards in the NBA are able to make this pass look easy with either hand. Cade's just about there, but there's more to it than simply being able to make a cross-court pass. Let's look at this clip again. David McCormick doubles Cade off the ball screen. As that's happening, Ochai Agbaji, the low man, tags the roller, leaving Ice Likely all alone in the corner. That's the open man, the right read, and Cade finds him. Now, look at this clip, which is the very next possession. McCormick doubles again. The low man is now Christian Brown, but he's not tagging. Jalen Wilson is. Cade reads that he's only bumping the roller, leaving a wide open lane to the rim for Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Layup. That's a blind pass, by the way. He throws that around McCormick because he knew there's space in the paint. That is a high-level read and high-level execution. And here's the third clip, which is just 2 possessions later. Again, McCormick doubles. Agbaji is the low man, but you can see him point to Wilson, telling him to tag. Wilson leaves likely, Cade reads it, and while he doesn't get an assist out of this, he creates a closeout that leads to a layup. That is really impressive stuff over the course of 4 possessions at the start of a game against one of the best defensive teams in college basketball. But Rob, I can hear you asking, if he's such a good passer, why did Cade only average 3.5 assists this season? Well, his supporting cast. Now, I actually think the knocks on the talent surrounding Cade this season have been a little bit overstated, but the truth is that Oklahoma State just did not have enough shooting. Cade shot 40% from 3 last year. The rest of the Pokes shot 31.2% combined. What's the point of creating open jumpers if those jumpers don't go in? And how can he find rolling bigs when taggers don't have to worry about running their man off the 3-point line? Cade finished the season with 94 assists and 109 turnovers. There are absolutely things that he needs to tighten up, but much of that inefficiency is the result of the way defenses could throw bodies at him and pile people into the paint. He dribbled into walls of defenders over and over again. Defenses just put helpers in the paint because they were willing to give up wide open threes. That won't be the case in the NBA. Which leads me to Cade's shooting. That was the knock on Cade heading into college. Was his jumper actually good enough? The answer, it seems, is a resounding yes. Cade, as I mentioned, shot 40% from 3 this season while attempting nearly 6 threes per game. He shot 43.9% on catch and shoot jumpers, good for a 1.298 points per possession, the 90th percentile nationally according to Synergy. Cade shot just 33% on off the dribble jumpers, but I do think some of that is explainable. Where he really struggled was on pull-up jumpers inside 17 feet, shots that were forced by the way defenses played Oklahoma State. Cade shot 38.8% on off the dribble threes, which was 79th percentile nationally. Overall, Cade was one of the most efficient isolation scorers in college basketball this past season. No high major player was as efficient as him with more isolation possessions. And so many of those possessions ended in pull-ups and step backs. So no, I'm not worried about the jump shot. He knows how to create space. He has the length to get shots up over contests, and he has proven the ability to hit tough shots in big moments. I don't know if the clutch gene is actually a thing, but if it is, Cade has it. He just does not get rattled by the moment. He wants the ball on the big stage. And that leads me to the most important part of Cade's profile. He can play anywhere and with anyone. I think that his future is as a lead guard, someone in the mold of a LUKA Doncic or a LeBron James, even if he's not going to get to quite that same level. He has the same measurements as Kawhi Leonard, and he runs the point. His ceiling is absolutely the next point power forward that takes the NBA by storm, but there's no guarantee that he hits his ceiling. What happens if his handle never gets tightened up? He can't turn the corner against NBA defenders, and he's not strong enough to body them the way that he bodied defenders in college. Well, he also can play off the ball. He thrives in isolation, and he's lights out in catch and shoot situations. Chris Middleton, he's averaging 20.1 points, 6.1 boards, and 5.6 assists while shooting 43% from 3 this season for the Milwaukee Bucks. If you could draft a 19-year-old Chris Middleton with better physical tools and the potential to be the next great jumbo point guard, you do it every single time. And that's the reason the 2021 NBA draft is the Cade Cunningham draft.
Attempt to dribble it down.
He's going to take this shot here.
Over Dennis, hits.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked what you saw here, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Maybe leave a comment. Interactions like that really do help grow the channel, and they help more people like you find this content. So if you liked what you saw here today and you want to help me out, that's all you got to do. See you on the next video.